Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Tony and you are watching Tony Explains It All. On this channel I'm going to be talking about a range of different things, but most important, I want to talk to you guys about becoming a software engineer. Now my thought process in becoming a software engineer was, you know what, I think that I can do this all on my own. I would like to be self-taught, and I got this. It's, how hard is it, Yeah, no, I definitely, in hindsight, as I'm in my program right now, I realize that although self-taught is awesome, it's great, and a lot of things that you are going to be embarking on are self-taught situations, or you might have to network with somebody and ask somebody for help. My biggest thing was that because it's so much information, I really felt like I needed a good segue into adapting this new career. Especially if you are new to a job and you don't necessarily know a program, a framework, a language, so on and so forth. I felt like I really was going to need a really strong foundation, so I decided that I wanted to be in a classroom setting. I had multiple options, and I decided that I wanted to do a remote boot camp. It works really good with my schedule, and I can still work during the daytime, and then at night 3 or 4 times a week I get a chance to learn something new. So my program is 6 months and I am learning full stack, so it's a lot of information coming to you at once. It's like drinking water from a fire hose. This is actually what they tell us all the time. So they tell us they don't really expect for us to know everything underneath the sun, but you should at least be comfortable by the end of each unit with navigating through and being able to identify things. Also knowing how to research and get the answers to said problems and figuring things out by asking for help. So in my 6-month program, I'm responsible for being in class remotely, being in class 3 to 4 times out of the week, of which some weeks we get homework and some weeks we don't. It's very, very intense because not only do you have to be in class for 3 to 4 times a week, you also have to do at least 40 hours worth of just research and homework on your own. So it can be rather difficult. So make sure if you decide to do a program like this, you are allotting yourself enough time to do all those things so you can get the full benefit out of it. Also make sure that you're asking a bunch of questions. You may not understand and you may not want to hold up the class by asking, questions or whatever, because, as adults, we learn differently. A lot of people don't want to be wrong. A lot of people don't want to seem silly, but the best thing to do is to ask questions. So that's just one thing that, I personally am working on as well. The other thing that I am working on is Imposter Syndrome. Imposter Syndrome has been mentioned and was introduced to me throughout this process, and it is a real thing. Like, you really will feel like you do not belong in the environment that you're in, or in this field, but honestly, it's just the fact that you're challenging yourself to learn something completely new that seems super unfamiliar. So when you're in the room, or when you are amongst other people that they know different frameworks, they know different languages, and they come from IT and all this stuff, imposter syndrome can be my Achilles heel. So that's definitely something that I'm working on, and something that I'm going to have to get over, because I'm told that when you really get out there into the wild, you are going to be amongst many people that know way more than you do, or the complete opposite of what you do. So it's just a very humbling experience for you to really learn about how you navigate through intense situations. I think a great software developer knows how to use their resources. So That's something that I think I'll do very well in because I'm relentless when it comes to trying to figure something out. Hence why I am now 4 months into my program and 2 months out before graduation. So I'm super excited and super anxious to see where this class is going to lead me. I've been given many suggestions as to where to look, freelancing, startups, and many different things that would be able to harness and nurture my talent. So we'll see. I also thought that it was very important to be a part of this industry because I want to represent, you know what I mean? There aren't that many women in tech and women of color in tech, so definitely want to be an olive branch. Any way that I can contribute to the creative world, I am down for the cause. So software development was just screaming at me, and realizing the capabilities of what you can do when you understand how to talk to a computer, I think that is the coolest thing. Like, ridiculously cool. I mean, you go from computers, and then computers, they go to robots, and then from robots you go to AI technology in the home, like Alexa and so on and so forth, and you're just like, dude, I want to be that person that makes that next best thing. So definitely a motivation for me to continue to just learn and eat up whatever I possibly can knowledge-wise when it comes to learning all these programs and learning all these languages. I just feel like it's an endless world of possibilities. So right now we're working on the MERN stack. We're currently learning React. I understand like the hierarchy, but now we're getting into like event handling, and we're getting into what is the other thing? Styling components, and I'm at that point, that middle point where it's like, it's starting to not click. So I know that the good thing is that through the process, I know that each unit, there is a specific time where you start feeling kind of like uncomfortable. So it's happening right now, but I'm still very confident because every single unit I have been able to experience this, but then by the end of it, I got it. Like, we're good to go, and we are on to the next thing, and things are just clicking and making sense, and just, it's awesome. So I look forward to the end results of this unit and what I'm going to feel once I get it all done. In fact, I don't even know what our project's going to be. I just know it's going to be using the MERN stack. So cross fingers for me. And if you guys have any advice as to how to go about it, or maybe even some links to some YouTubers that might be able to really, help me out and like get me through, I would really appreciate it. We're expected to do one project after each unit, and we have 4 units. So I've done 2 so far, and I'm embarking upon my 3rd one. So my first project that I did was utilizing NASA's API and being able to call it from my website and bring back pictures. So it was super simple, and throughout the entire process, I felt like, I had a lot of ups and I had a lot of downs. But at the end of the day, I got it working, so I was really proud of myself for my first project. For my second project, I created like a foodie app. I was utilizing MongoDB database, and it was all back end, and we were using Express to build an app that we were going to launch on Heroku, or that we did launch on Heroku. And that's just a little dabble of like the intensity of all the things that it required to create a full stack app. So I was very proud that I was able to get it done and get it done beautifully. Of course, it's still an ongoing project. I still get to come back and add some things and take away some things and add more functionality, but the fact that I know how to do it now, it is extremely rewarding. So I don't want to prolong this video, but I just wanted to, you know, put myself out there and say hello world. And if there's any suggestions that you all have, and maybe some advice for someone like me who is still navigating through a 6-month program learning how to become a software engineer, feel free to reach out and connect. I really look forward to hearing from some of you, and I hope you guys subscribe and look out for the next video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.